वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business for them. If you're watching us right now, you are just a few steps behind to take a right decision to start your entrepreneurial journey. Stay tuned because in today's webinar, we are excited to introduce you a premium QSR brand which delivers waffle called Belgian Waffle Factory. Belgian Waffle Factory started back in 2022 is a women-led chef-founded QSR brand delivering premium Instagrammable waffle experience. With its origin in Bangalore, it was the first to introduce bubble waffle in India and has grown into a multi-outlet presence across Karnataka, Northern India, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. The brand offers 100% vegetarian eggless waffles, appealing to a wide consumers consumer base aged from 7 to 70s, and prioritize freshly baked, crispy, and fluffy texture in every bite. To talk more about this, I'm joined with Nishtha. Nishtha is the founder of this brand, along with Vijay. Vijay is the marketing head for this brand, along with my colleague Rahul Sharma, who's the vice president sales from Franchise India. But now, before we talk more about the brand and the business opportunity, I would like to inform all the viewers that you also have an opportunity to ask questions directly to the founders um, right now. So in case if you will have any questions related to the brand or the business, you can directly ask, through the Q&A. You have, if you've joined through the mobile, you have two options. One is the chat and the other one is the Q&A. Please use Q&A only to put all your question forward to us. And we will get back to you with all the answers once the presentation is over. I'll now request maybe Rahul or Nishtha both can take and set the context, and then we'll move on
Okay.
to the presentation.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Bhatt, and good afternoon, everyone joined this webinar to a various platform. So being a franchise in India, today we are just not only giving the brand, which is in a unique proposition in a waffles, because everyone like the waffles. And the most important thing, while you're choosing the brand, while choosing the franchisee, the backend support play a very important role. Okay, if I want to take a quick service restaurant, because the QSR model, what the shop size is required for opening the store, how the supply chain will be managed, how the other thing will be done in terms of the marketing point of view, who will take care of the hiring and the training of the staff. So that will be covered in next 20 to 25 minutes by Ms. Nishta. And once we are okay, then you can also connect with us through various platform, because this webinar is live on YouTube and on, maybe we can say, the Facebook or any medium, or we can directly reach to our website where we can discuss in deep detail how you want to take the franchisee of this Belgian waffle factory, because we have a two model. The first model we always say is a unit franchisee, and the investment, if I want to say, if the investment is less than 15 lakh rupees, any waffle brand is available in the Indian market, I would say no. But when I'm talking about the Belgian waffle factory, I would say yes. And when I'm talking about the number of stores, they are operating more than 20 stores in different part of the country. You can go visit that is second. If someone would say, okay, I have a capacity to operate that as a state level, then we can say as a master franchisee concept. So the master franchisee concept is also available. When I said the master franchisee, the meaning of that sentence where the brand you will help you in terms of the development of that region. Obviously, the franchise India will support you in terms of the development, but it is a collaboration between three teams. The first, obviously, the brand. Second, the guy who took the territory rights, and the third is called as a franchise India. So with this, I want to hand over to Ms. Nishta, who will take care of this brand and give the more detail about the brand, why they started the brand, what is the ROI. And I would say, if you have an investment capacity of 10 to 15 lakh rupees and you want to start something in waffle brand, go with the Belgian wool factory. The 100% support is required. Support will be taken care by the brand. And the other most important thing, the timeline to operate the store or timeline to open the store will be within 30 days. So over to you, Mr.
Hi, thank you so much to both of you. Good afternoon to everybody. My name is Nishta. I represent Belgian Waffle Factory. With me is Vijay, who heads the marketing for us. So more in the beginning part of it, if we join together our hands, I'm going to be the face of it. But as soon as the project will start rolling, Vijay is going to be the main point of contact for you. Henceforth, that's why both of us are there on this webinar. Before we move ahead, I'll quickly brief you about my background so that you understand who am I and why am I running this. So I'm a hotel management student. I graduated from IHM Lucknow, then I moved to become a chef with the Oberoi Group of Hotels. Worked in the Oberoi Bombay, the Oberoi Calcutta, the Oberoi New Delhi. Then I moved on to do my master's. I did my master's from XLRI Jamshedpur. Then I was working for about 15, 16 years in the corporate world, heading HR for a couple of organizations. But first love was always food. So in 2022, I quit to actually focus full time on journey that I wanted to always have. And that's how Belgian Waffle Factory is present as of now. I'll quickly share my screen so that all of you can understand what we are talking about. I hope all of you can see my screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it is visible. Just put it
Yes. So this is Belgian Waffle Factory, and we say that it is luxurious waffles in a pocket-friendly price, right? This is a little bit about us, that we are a 2022 established brand. We are a trademark registered brand. We are trademarked in multiple categories. Our mission is to keep making waffles interesting, and we are owned by a private limited company. So that's about us. Our ambition is to be world's largest waffle brand into the QSR space, which is the retail format that why we are here. Also launch an FMCG as well as the gifting brand. So that is the overall idea. Quick footprint of our presence. We are about 15 plus and couple of outlets are under construction. So this is going to get to a very respectful number very soon. As we were introduced, that we were the first bubble waffle brand in the country, and our objective is to make Instagrammable waffles, and these are actually real images of our product. So that's how our products are served. Little bit about my background. Again, will not go there. But before that, I want to highlight that in food business, why does a food business sell and why does a food business not sell? Food business sells primarily because of a unique distinction in the taste that you have and how replicable the product is from whether a store is in Delhi or in Bombay or in Calcutta or in Madras for that matter. So how the taste uniformity is there, right? And so that is what we did was for our brand is that first and foremost, what we did is we customized everything that we use in our brand. So as a result, this becomes a USP that we want to be 100% vegetarian brand. We are 100% live kitchen brand. So all waffle brands are actually live kitchen brand, but they put their kitchen behind. While if you visit our stores, you will actually see our waffle machines and our topping counters in front, so that you can actually see what is going on. A couple of things, very diverse customer segment we have, because our product ranges from a 60-70 rupees SKU, it goes up to 800 rupees. So a very diverse set of consumers come into our store for taste as well as the products and the pricing perspective also. Very few brands are owned by chefs, and thankfully, in our case, we are one of them. And we provide a lot of variety to the customers. When I say variety, so we have products like a sandwich waffle, bubble waffle, mini pancake, shakes, ice creams, and couple of other things that we are working on launching in the menu. What we have done is our products are very, very premium. When I say our raw materials that we use are very, very premium, that means we actually use a Belgian brand of chocolate. We actually use somebody who actually imports flour from Belgium for us. So everything is customized for us. Our batter is customized, our chocolate is customized, our fillings are customized, our packaging is customized, because that is what is going to differentiate us versus the other brands which are in the market. The second thing is, how do we ensure replicability of a product? So that means whether if I am selling a waffle in Bangalore or if I'm selling in Cochin, how do I ensure that this is maintained? Is that we have pre-packaged our products in a way that whether you make, I make, or a 10-year-old kid make, the product is going to come out exactly the same. So that is one standardization that we have done for our brand. Being in the food category, we are very proud to say that we are a zero wastage brand. That means our batter, our filling, our chocolate has a minimum shelf life of about 9 to 12 months. So we are practically a zero wastage brand. Another thing what we have done is we have created a chefless model. So that means we don't need any skilled manpower to run the business, because otherwise what happens in food business is that today the chef is there and tomorrow the chef goes or threatens you to leave, your business actually falls flat. Because when food is made by estimation, the product is never standardized. But when a product is standardized, the outcome is always standardized. So as a result, we need very, very semi-blue collared workforce whom we will be able to train in about 5 to 7 days, and they will be market ready for your store. We are also very proud to say that when we operate in the franchisee-owned, franchisee-operated model, we have one POC for everything that you do. So, for example, as soon as we finalize the location, like Rahul mentioned, we take about exactly 3 weeks to maximum 5 weeks, depending on the size of the store, in launching the store from scratch. That means typically for a 200 square feet outlet, we launch the store in about 3 weeks time. That means from sign up till the launch of the outlet, where you start earning money, is as low as 3 weeks, sorry, and which is one of the lowest in the industry that we've been able to create. We support the franchisees with respect to whether what kind of licensing are required, what kind of company permission is needed, the Google page creation, Swiggy, Zomato, everything. The interior equipment completely my team comes and takes over. So basically, you don't have to go and break your head with multiple guys. You have one point of contact who is going to give you all outputs of what is the expectation, how does the project look like, what are the costs looking like, to the final execution of the outlet. So that is some of the things that we talk about. The menu, how does it look for us? Like I told you that we have sandwich waffles, we have bubble waffles, mini pancakes, shakes, ice creams, and a couple of other things which will very soon get added into the menu. We are a waffle specialty brand. We will always stay a waffle specialty brand and always a vegetarian brand. That we are very, very clear in our mind. A quick snap of how our products are actually served, how our outlets look, what our customers are saying about us on Swiggy, Zomato, as well as on our Google pages. Quick run about the industry. I'm not going to bore you a lot, but quick 2, 3 points that I'm going to talk about is the fastest growing sector in the Indian food market is the organized hotel chains. Which is the category in which the quick service restaurant, which is our format, falls. And if you see, that's where we are tapping right now. And the dessert market is supposed to grow at a very, very high rate. Another thing that I want to highlight is I don't know what is that demographic or age group of this population, but the eating out capabilities or eating out frequency of Indian population, especially the youth category that we target, has increased drastically. So when we used to eat, when I was growing up, we used to eat like once in a month or once in 2, 3 months, we used to go out. But I see that nowadays the trend is that people are eating easily 2 times or 3 times out in a week, which is still very low as compared to the international market. And this is an opportunity for the organized food stores to come into picture and actually become a staple. And you will be surprised to know that actually waffle as a category has become staple of the youth. There are customers in our store who come every day to eat a waffle, and they've been coming for years together, like ever since we launched our first outlet here. So that is the way it is going. We operate in two business models, formats actually, but we operate on only franchisee-owned, franchisee-operated stores. And the first model is a kiosk model. The other is a QSR model. A kiosk model is actually 80 square feet kind of a model, which is typically a mall model. The total investment range somewhere between 10 to 11 lakhs. And the QSR model, it is somewhere between 150 square feet, which is in a high street kind of a model, which is the typical main markets of our localities where we stay. It comes to around 13, 14 lakhs, where the franchisee fee is, which is mentioned here. And
So I want to add here. So guys, we have basically a two model. So when someone would say, "Ki, what is the two model?" Totally, both model are called as the QSR because it's format. It's a takeaway model depending upon the size of the shop, and that is the reason what when I say the low investment, high return brand. So technically, if you want to go with 80 square feet, 100 square feet, 150 square feet, what will happen? It will be happening. There will be a small kiosk. The budget for that will be coming around 10 to 11 lakh rupees. That also included the franchisee fees. The franchisee fees is valid for a 5 years. After 5 years, the renewal of an agreement and the royalty is applicable on a monthly sale. Now, as the size of the shop increases, so what happens? As the size increases, your interior cost will increase. That is the reason if someone would say, "Okay, I have a space of 150 to 250 square feet, then the investment would come around 10 to 40 lakh rupees. So if I want to give the breakup about this investment, the franchisee fees is a fixed component. Other are called as a variable component. The capex are called the variable component. Now, it is a two-way of the interior. If you want to say, "Ki, I does not have my team who want to do the fit out," the brand team will involve. They can also guide you how to do the interior part. The kitchen equipment, we can give you the list where you can buy the kitchen equipment. But in terms of the raw material, it will be supplied by the brand through an authorized vendor because we have to maintain the consistency across the various part of the country, and the taste would remain the same. So if technically, if I want to say, if I have an investment of 10 to 12 lakh or 10 to 14 lakh rupees, can I open the a model in 100, say 150 or 250 or 300 square feet? I can proudly say we can open this store in. And typically the location which will require will be a mall or maybe a high street, but high street depending upon the area, even we also open in a college and university. Because 10 to 15 lakh rupees with the WFL concept is one of the great combination. Over to you, Mr.
yeah. So average payback period is about 9 to 11 months, and QSR will be about 11 to 13 months. The average sales that we expect out of kiosk is somewhere between 3.5 to 5 lakhs. For a QSR format, we expect somewhere between 4 to 5.5 lakhs kind of a sale. Highest performing kiosk is sitting somewhere between 5.5 lakh rupees average sale. Highest performing QSR is actually sitting at a very high average of close to 10 lakh rupees average sale throughout the year. So that is about us. And like Rahul mentioned, there may be 10-15% variance depending on the size of the overall store that we have. Yeah, so that is a quick view about our brand. In case if you have any query or something, I'll be happy to answer.
Right. Thank you so much, Nista, for the detailed presentation. Also, if you could just share a more deep dive into the kind of support you would be providing pre and post
Sure.
and the marketing and
Absolutely. So let's say that we identify that we want to work in, say, in Ahmedabad, for example, and we identify some franchisee there. So what we do is we sign a letter of intent that we are going to work together. There has to be a financial transaction around it for us to block that space for that locality for them. After that, what we do is we finalize the locations. When the location is shortlisted, then somebody from the brand comes and does the overall recce of the place, that what is the kind of location, what is the kind of sales that will happen, what is the kind of footfall that we can expect, what kind of offers in case if in future we have to give, what kind we have to do a quick study about that. If the franchisee is very new into the business, we also support them with respect to we have tie-ups with couple of CAs across India who also help them in identifying whether what kind of business entity should they form. It starts from as basic as that. So we refer a couple of CAs here and there. They can negotiate and finalize what kind of business entity they want to form, whether it is a proprietor, a partnership, LLP, whatever. And then we identify the location. Then immediately the team comes and start doing the interior as well as the equipment finalization. Vijay will get activated with respect to setting up the Google page creation, getting the Google SEO done in the back end, so that the store comes in one of the top searches whenever anybody will search in the back end. The team will only ask you in the store that where do you want your cash counter. Apart from that, we don't ask you anything because we have a set structure and format, and then the team comes and does the complete interior and set up the equipment for you. The same time we use for getting all your licenses in place. We have a national level partner who can support and licenses across India. So he will start working on the licenses. We'll start looking at manpower for you, as well as we request you to look for manpower, and basis whosoever finds the manpower quickly, we start the training bit of them. And in about 3 to 4 weeks, we launch the store with a ready Google page, ready Swiggy Zomato onboarding, ready, of course, company listing, the entire store being ready, as well as the manpower being ready. And that happens. Vijay will pick up the threads on listing the online partners for this location, and will work very closely with all of you, the franchisee partners, with respect to what kind of lead generation should we do, what kind of backend support that is needed, what kind of offer should be done. Since we have a substantial chunk, so we do all the online partners support from Swiggy Zomato perspective centrally, so that we have uniform experience as a brand level across the country. We are one point of contact for all your raw material needs, and we support you once in a month with all your raw material requirements. We keep a tab on your sales. We keep a tab on what is the indicative consumption should be. And when your store gets launched, somebody from my team comes for supporting you over the first week of or weekend, which is your major chunk of the business, in running the store along with your staff. So that's all what we do.
So basically, it is a complete handholding. So when someone wants to take the franchisee, the complete handholding will be provided by the brand. The most important thing, the handholding doesn't mean that he just to open the store, but after opening the store, in terms of the marketing, to increase the sales of the outlet and to give. So we have very clear picture. We will keep a 3 kilometer radius to open the another store, because we want that every franchisee must be profitable, and that is the reason our cost of good is 25 to 30%. You can go to any waffle brand, then the cost of good is coming too high. Our cost of good is just 25 to 30%. Our gross margin will come around 70 to 75%. If you're removing all your expense because we are not going with a high rental property, low rental property with a low investment, you're technically 30 to 35% is the your ROI. And approximately, if I want to say what is the tenure, if consider 12 to 15 months is the tenure period where you can get your ROI. 5 year is the agreement period. Now coming back to the second model, just stop the screen. The second model I want to say is the master franchisee concept. If someone would say, okay, I want to take the master franchisee. So we have an option available for a master franchisee. Being a master franchisee, we can discuss about the prices, what prices are available for a particular state or maybe a particular district or maybe a particular city. Being a master franchisee, you have to open the store. For that store, the franchisee fees is not applicable, but you are already involved in the territory fees. Then there is a revenue share with you, and there will be a different structure because being a master franchisee, it just like a brand, it is a more effort done by the brand to develop your territory also because they want to open for a unit franchisee. But being a master franchisee, now the effort will be given or the effort will be taken care by the brand will be more to develop your territory, and that is the reason the franchise India will also support you. So we have a masters already closed for the Maharashtra and Bangalore. The other reasons the masters are available right now. So we are open for a master franchise, one of the greatest brand in our portfolio. If someone have a thought process of 10 to 15 lakh rupees of the budget, they can directly reach to us. They can directly reach to the brand team. We can discuss about the potential, how we want to work, how we want to discuss about your role and our role is very, when I said our role, it means the brand role. We work, and the most important thing, the brand will be suitable to across all the cities, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities. Tier 4 cities, we can also plan. The area requirement will be 100 to 150 or maybe 300 square feet. The investment will be 10 to 15 lakh rupees. The ROI considers 70 to 75% as an ROI. 10 to 12 months, or we can say the 15 months is the maximum ROI, and the 5 years is the agreement. If I am in your place and if I have an opportunity to take this brand, I definitely reach as India team where we can discuss more in the detail, and we can. And right now it's a festive season coming. Try to understand, guys. The festive seasons are going on, so we require just a 30 days, maybe 40 days time to open the store. So if you want to take the Belgian Waffle Factory franchisee, please reach to us, and we are happy to discuss in detail. And for anything, you can directly go to the Franchise India website. They can give a more detail. You can also go to their YouTube pages and you can see how the outlet look like. Because of the time concern, we can't share such videos. So you can go to the YouTube where you can see the outlet. If you are in a Bangalore or Hyderabad, you can go and visit the store, taste the product, and then you can see what value we are giving into the customer side. I think there's some questions.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. Apart from that, what kind of customer profile you need to have for the franchise partner?
So most of our franchisees are actually full-time working professionals. Because what has happened is, I'm talking about the unit franchisees, is because it is a business which run on its own, and it is a business where a lot of intervention is not needed from your side. So as a result, people with full-time jobs can actually do this. So food business is primarily, the peak is between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And most of the working professionals are able to dedicate time on Saturday, Sunday, which is the peak of it, or they can visit towards the evenings and do a quick check. The product in itself, like I said, zero perishability product, zero wastage product. So there is not a lot of monitoring which is required. Plus you have cameras in the stores. Plus you have a lot of other check mechanisms which we will be training you on. So the pilferage is very, very less. So as a result, they can work independently of this and have a full-time profession along with this, running this business. For a master franchisee, of course, we need somebody who is more passionate about expanding the business with us, because they are going to completely be our partner in the specific territory, and we will work together to do the expansion. So that requires a different profile.
Yeah. Right. Let's take a couple of questions that we have received here in the chat box and the Q&A. So Rishabh is asking, what is the food life? I think he's talking about the shelf life, I guess.
Yeah, the shelf life of our products in the raw material form is about 9 to 12 months. The batter, when we make the powder, when it is mixed into batter, has a shelf life of about 2 to 3 days in a refrigerated condition. And it's very unlikely that you will not be able to consume a kg of batter in 2-3 days. The chocolates have a shelf life of about 9 to 12 months. So chocolate really does not go bad. The fillings have a shelf life of about 9 months. Nothing goes bad. And these are the main ingredients. 90% of our, so we are a brand which uses about 20-25 raw materials to give more than 120 plus choices to the consumer.
Okay, I mean, how many stores you have already?
We are about 15 plus stores, and couple of stores are
on the way. All right. Based on your experience so far, like what kind of location you prefer for the
I
better?
prefer until and unless it is a A-grade mall or a mall which has high availability of youth manpower around college or someplace, then only I prefer mall. But I prefer QSR model more. Primary reason being that our stores, it's a desert sector. It's a impulse category, and most of the times our business is peak in the night times, right? From 8 to 12:30, 1 o'clock is where is the peak of our business is. Unfortunately, malls do not allow that operations beyond 11 p.m., maximum 12 p.m., 12 midnight, right? We try and open our stores little later than that in the QSR format. So that gives us more flexibility. So we prefer the QSR model.
I hope I mean, these products do not have any what do you call down season dips. Yeah, it is all time sellable product, right?
Yes, because every time the product is made on order. It is not something which is ready and then reheated and given, or it is not something that it is made 3 days ago and refrigerated and given. It is every product is made, every order is made on fresh on demand only. So there is no, I mean, nothing which can spoil or something about the product.
I got it. And how do you ensure the quality control across all your 15, 16 stores?
So the main control is the raw material control. Because if the input is right, the output is always better. Apart from that, we do random checks in our stores to ensure that we follow the right guidelines, we are following the right hygiene standards, we are following the right, FIFO mechanism, inventory piece, first in, first out kind of a thing. So that we do randomly. We also connect with the franchisees very frequently. We also connect with the staff sometimes to keep them abreast on what is happening and are they doing the process right. Because sometimes the franchisee also may not pay so much attention, but the staff, certainly we have some old staff in the system who keeps a check with the staff of the franchisees also with respect to if any problem they're experiencing or any such thing. Plus Swiggy, Zomato, we control centrally, so we are able to do a better control of what kind of output goes into the market, what kind of customer complaints are happening, Google reviews, we keep checking, keep giving feedback.
Right. There is also a question which is something related to like the competition, right? How you yourself, like, how do you see yourself as compared to your competitors?
We are not scared of competition because we're very clear that if we have a good product and we are able to make an impact in the market with the right product, people will come to you. People will come to you. So we're not really bothered about the competition because once you taste our product, it's very unlikely that you will go to any other brand because the mouth feel of the product, the overall crispiness of our product is very, very different than most of what people are selling in the market. Very downgraded, very undergraded ingredients. Some of them are using, even the couple of market leaders are also using very not so premium ingredients, which is not right. I want to create a product which my kids can also eat without any guilt.
Right. Are you also looking for outside India or maybe just in India right now?
We had an opportunity to go in Middle East last year. In fact, right now there's a conversation happening with somebody uh, in US if we can expand there. So we are open for anywhere in the world because
You're
our
open for the Middle
suppliers
East
are
also, right?
international players. They can supply anywhere.
Right. True. Any possibility in case if you would like, if any of your store is in the residential area, but you have any store?
Yeah, we are trying different models. We just opened our first highway model also, highway store. A residential area, see, nowadays, no residential area and commercial area blur is going. So there is nothing called as residential area. We are perfectly fine anywhere. Because if the store is visible, it has footfall, people can see the store while walking. Rest, we are sure that our product will pull and do the right bit.
Okay. And what is your supply chain mechanism?
So our supply chain is one of the most sorted, I think. We are very, very proud to say that that is one element that we have created very, very well. Because like I said, our flour comes from Belgium, our chocolate is a Belgian brand, our packaging is 100% virgin paper. So we have had we have very, very good supplier relationships. And some of the things we order just in time, which is we order and then whenever we need, we order. So that has been sorted. For raw material supply to the franchisees, we supply once in a month, and every second Monday of the month is when we supply raw materials to the outstation stores, and every second Wednesday of the month we supply to the Bangalore stores. So that's how our supply chain is. Our supply chain of our equipments also is very streamlined. It is just in time. So whenever we need, we give an order, and of course against prepayment, and then it gets delivered wherever we want them to be delivered.
And how do you ensure territorial exclusivity? Or do you have any, plan for it? Like, or do you have any process for it too, which defines the territorial?
So like Rahul mentioned, typically in the QSR space, people look at 3 to 5 kilometers radius between the stores, and we abide by that. Since we are very, very young and we are still building, I think sky is the limit for us to open as many number of stores that we have. So we are not scared of the competition. Even if there is a waffle brand in the vicinity, please do not worry. We know that once our store comes, we will be able to capture them.
As the
Market
demand
also.
increases, then because in India the demand is more, so whatever the number of stores are present in the market is less, because everyone has to increase their sales, and we are happy because competition is always present. It should be a healthy competition, but at the end of the day, the customer will go on the best quality of the product and the best service, and for that reason, the Belgian waffle factory will be always in top place.
Right. Just my last question. Like, what is the average monthly revenue you require to get my break even back?
So, in terms of if you want to go with a break even, if I want to say, let's take an example, we can consider the minimum sale of 5 lakh. 30% you can consider cost of good, consider rental almost 30%, the salary, electricity bill, all the thing you can remove it. It's still you are getting 30 to 35% as a net margin. And so the minimum sale which required depending upon the city and depending upon the location, I guess, and depending upon the rental. Average sale which we are getting is around 7 lakh rupees, considering the ROI is coming in 8 to 10. Depending upon the location, some people will have their own location, but we will also consider the rental part. So that is the beauty in this, because this business will not require a high rental property. This business will not require we have to open. This business will require small shop, small area, small rental, and high return profit.
Right. We'd also like to take a question from Sanjay Bakshi. Do waffles have the ability to go masses like pizza and burgers?
Yes. I don't know what is the age group that you are in, Sanjay. Waffle has the capability of becoming a staple product. When I say staple, what Momo was 15 years ago, maybe when most of us were in colleges, waffle has the capability of even surpassing that, because first and foremost, India as a category, India as a country is a hot food country. We like our food hot. So as a result, waffle is a hot dessert, and people like their food hot in India. So in India, hot desserts will never go out of fashion. And cakes are very passe, though there are brands which are operating in the cake and the bakery revenue, but they are going to they're going to they're extremely competitive with the lower a cake in the market leader is somewhere selling at about 2000 rupees a kg. The same cake is available at 400 500 rupees a kg in a very unhygienic local bakery per se. But if given a chance to the youth of India today, if you ask them whether they want to cut a normal cream cake versus they want to eat a waffle cake, I'm sure you will get the answer. If you have kids in your house, please ask them if they want to go for pizza, burger, or a waffle.
Right. Let me just check in case we have Abhishek Singh. Yes, hi. Sir, in case if you want to ask anything, you please put this in the Q&A box. Meanwhile, just a couple of more questions. Can franchisee allowed, you know, customization or offer some from their end, or you
So
will have the full control?
while we design the offers for the localities, Vijay will certainly touch base with all the franchisee partners and
Mhm.
understand what is the kind of support that they need, what is the kind of lean periods that they have, what kind of offers can we run for them, if there are any special discount that we want to create for them. All that we will take care of that at a very, very hyper local level.
Okay. And ultimately, in case if an outlet underperforms, then what support you would be providing?
We try and pull the outlet as much as we can. We do a lot of support with respect to the Google. See, Instagram looks great, but Instagram in food business does not lead to conversion. So what instead leads to conversion is the kind of offers that you release, the kind of Google SEO that you are doing, the kind of outputs people throw, the system throws when you ask for waffles. So that is where your main traction is. So we support a lot of franchisees in case if their store is not performing with respect to that hyper local initiatives and creating hyper local offers for them. Also, we try and go and assess that why the sales is not happening, why maybe sometimes it is that some customers are writing wrong reviews, sometimes maybe the staff sometimes is in a bad mood and is speaking something. So we all keep a check on that also informally and formally to understand what is the real issue, and we try to curb it.
Okay, there is a question by Abhishek ji. Would you like to read the
Yeah, please.
QSR? Sorry, Q&A. Who all your perceive as your competitor? Is your recipes are safe from replicating by some players in the market?
We are 100% sure that our recipes are safe, because there is only one manufacturer in India who is authorized to create the product that we have. Uh, a lot of brands are there as a competitor. I would not like to name them here, but I'm sure if you search waffles, you will get a lot of competitors. But how many will sustain in the longer run? Because business is all about running it sustainably. It is not about that doing ultra deep discounting and then killing yourself, right? What is your return on ad spends? All that we have to ask ourselves. So many brands who will come in the market will try to how do I say, try to doldrum and say we are the best, we are doing this, we are doing that. But they can sustain this kind of spends and everything only for 6 months, maybe 1 year if they are very deep pockets. But after that, they will die down. But if a product or a brand is built sustainably, if the right marketing spend is done at a frequent interval in the right spaces, then the brand will sustain itself, right? And that is one big difference between creating brands creating hoo-ha and dying versus brand who are sustainably growing, maybe growing at a 10% only or 5% only, but growing and getting you the right returns. Creating a 100 crore company, a loss making company is easy versus creating a 50 crore company with 20% profit is more better. So we follow the second one.
Correct. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, Bharat, I want. So guys, if you need any more information about the brand, please reach to us. We are happy to discuss. We are present in a different part of the city as a franchise India present in a 95 cities in the Indian market. 17 plus. So we are open for an Indian market also as well as for the international market. If someone would say, "Okay, I want to take some country rights for an international," we are happy to discuss about the opportunity. And again, I want to say before we want to close this webinar, it's one of the greatest brand. You can directly reach to us. We can give more detailed information. You want to taste the product, go to our Hyderabad, Pune, or Bangalore store where you can eat and then you can take the call. In 10 to 15 lakh rupees model with a low investment and high return, this is one of the greatest brand and it's one of the unique concept in vehicle category. So with this, I want to close the note. Bharat, you want to add something? So we can.
Thank you, Rahul. I mean, all the viewers, in case if you look into this Indian market opportunity size for QSR, which is really doing pretty well. We have almost like 20-30 billion of total QSR market size, which is itself growing. And out of that, in case if you look into this waffle segment opportunity, it is again almost like 300 to 400 crore rupees, right? And this particular waffle category is growing by like almost like 20-25%, right? And it is expected in next 5 years. If you will look into this consumer base, then you have like youth, millennials, age from 10 to 70, right? You all can go for it, right? So it caters a wide range of age group. That is what the best part is. And also in India, there is a cafe culture, rise in the cafe culture, influence. This is something new, of course. So Indian people are now started, liking it a lot. Apart from that, we also have a lot of opportunities not only in tier one, but in tier two and tier three cities for all the experiences. So in case if you want to take an advantage as a first mover, if you want to take the first mover advantage, I think this can be a great opportunity. Investment is absolutely, the feasible. I mean, 10 to 50 lakh rupees is absolutely great. And you can take advantage of this, being a part of the success journey of Waffle Factory. So that's it for the day, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. But before we end this session, this time, in case if you would like to say something as a closing remarks.
Come please join the part of the waffle revolution that we are trying to create, not only in the QSR space, but also in the FMCG and the gifting section. So please join. We'll be happy to work together.
Right. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Nishtha, Vijay, and Rahul for joining this webinar. I really appreciate you. And I would also like to appreciate all the viewers who joined us, stayed with us almost an hour, and lots of questions in the chat box. Of course, I understand that this much of time is not absolutely not to get everything understood. It's okay, fine. You already have the number. I think Rahul has already shared the number, and I also have shared the number, centralized number, which is 9717683838. Or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseandler.in. So that's how you can get in touch with us. We can have a deep dive discussion, not only with Rahul, Nishtha, Ajay, Vijay. I mean, we all can have a discussion and can understand this brand better. So we'll be waiting for your call right after this webinar, and see you next time.